When you think of winter, you might picture heavy snow, icy sidewalks, and biting winds that cut through layers of clothing. For many, winter means bundling up, shoveling driveways, and watching the world turn white under a thick blanket of snow. But in Greece and Portugal, winter tells a very different story, one that's far removed from the classic image of a frozen landscape. The Mediterranean climate here brings mild, wet winters and hot, dry summers, creating a rhythm that shapes daily life in the natural world. Instead of snowdrifts, winter brings rolling green hills and fields bursting with new growth. The sun, though softer, still makes frequent appearances, casting a golden light over the landscape. You might wake up to a rainy morning, only to see the clouds part and the sun shine brightly by afternoon. This quick shift from wet to warm is part of what makes Mediterranean winters so unique and unpredictable. The land eagerly soaks up the rain it missed during the parched summer months, fueling a season of renewal and growth for crops, wildflowers, and olive trees alike. In Portugal, the Atlantic Ocean plays a starring role, sending in moist air and keeping temperatures moderate, even when the rest of Europe shivers. Greece, surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea, is a land of contrasts. Its mountains create microclimates, so while Athens might be mild and damp, the Pindus Mountains can be blanketed in snow, offering a taste of winter's chill just a few hours away. This incredible variability means you can't generalize the whole region. One village may be basking in sunlight, while another, just over the hills, is shrouded in mist or even snow. Winters here offer a welcome break from the harsh cold, perfect for exploring ancient cities, wandering quiet streets, and enjoying famous landmarks without the summer crowds. The air's crisp and fresh, the countryside lush and vibrant, and life slows down as locals reclaim their towns, enjoying a slower, more peaceful pace. Cafes fill with people sipping strong coffee or herbal tea, while wood smoke drifts lazily from chimneys, filling the air with the scent of burning olive wood. Friends gather to chat, and the sense of community grows stronger in the winter months. But these familiar patterns are starting to shift, and the signs of change are becoming harder to ignore. The winter of 2025 is shaping up to be different, with meteorological models pointing to changes in both precipitation and temperature. Scientists are watching closely as new data comes in. While the core mild, wet character remains, we're seeing signals for more intense weather events, heavier rains, stronger winds, and the occasional flooding that can disrupt daily life. It's not about panic, but about being prepared. Locals and visitors alike are learning to adapt, checking forecasts and making plans to stay safe and comfortable. Knowing what's coming helps everyone, from farmers protecting their crops, to travelers planning their adventures, to families making sure their homes are ready for whatever winter brings. The Mediterranean winter is evolving, and it's more important than ever to pay close attention to these changes, both for our daily lives and for the future of the region. So, let's dive deeper into what's driving this season's forecast, and what it means for everyone living in or visiting this remarkable part of the world. To understand the winter forecast for Portugal and Greece, we need to look at the big picture, how vast atmospheric forces and ocean currents shape the weather across southern Europe. Portugal's weather is largely driven by the powerful Atlantic Ocean and the Azores High, a dominant, high-pressure system. When this system shifts southward, it opens the door for Atlantic storms to sweep in, bringing rain, wind, and sometimes dramatic changes to the coastline. The ocean acts like a giant temperature buffer, absorbing heat in summer and releasing it in winter. This keeps Portugal's winters relatively mild, with fewer extremes compared to inland Europe. Greece's winter weather is more complex, a battleground where frigid air from the Balkans collides with warm, moist air from the Mediterranean. This clash can spark everything from heavy snow in the north to thunderstorms and rain along the coast. As a result, there are dramatic differences across the country. Northern Greece can be blanketed in snow, while the southern coast basks in sunshine or sees heavy rain, making the weather highly variable from region to region. This year, sea surface temperatures in both the Atlantic and Mediterranean are running warmer than usual. Warmer water means more evaporation, adding extra moisture to the air, fuel for stronger storms and heavier precipitation. With more moisture in the atmosphere, heavier rainfall and increased flood risk are likely, especially in low-lying or vulnerable areas that have seen flooding in recent years. Another key player is the North Atlantic Oscillation, or NAO, a climate pattern that influences the strength and direction of westerly winds and storm tracks across Europe. When the NAO is in a positive phase, it tends to bring milder, wetter conditions to southern Europe, increasing the likelihood of frequent rain and fewer, cold snaps. Long-range forecasts suggest the NAO will remain positive for much of the winter, reinforcing the trend toward unsettled, wet weather. This all points to an active storm track aimed directly at Portugal and parts of Greece, with repeated rounds of rain and wind likely. The stage is set for a dynamic stormy season, one where the interplay of ocean warmth, atmospheric patterns, and shifting pressure systems will keep the weather lively and unpredictable. For Portugal, winter 2025 looks wetter than usual. Expect more rainy days, with heavier downpours, especially in the north and central regions. Warmer Atlantic waters and a positive NAO will steer storms toward the coast. Temperatures will be near or slightly above normal, mild, not warm, with daytime highs in the mid-teens Celsius. After storms, clear skies could bring chilly nights, especially inland. The main concern: stronger storms with heavy rain and powerful winds. Coastal areas are especially vulnerable to high gusts and travel disruptions. Residents should secure property and stay updated on weather warnings. Daily life will see more interruptions, travel delays, greener landscapes, but higher flood risk. Reliable rain gear is essential. This is a winter for cozy indoor activities and flexibility. The key takeaway: Portugal should prepare for a wet, windy, and unpredictable season. Stay vigilant and ready to adapt. In Greece, the weather forecast is far from simple, shaped by the country's remarkably diverse geography. From rugged mountains to sun-drenched islands, each region tells its own weather story, making Greece a land of contrasts, especially in winter. Western Greece, including the lush Ionian Islands, will experience above-average rainfall and frequent storms this season. These heavy downpours not only bring dramatic skies, but also increase the risk of landslides in hilly areas, so residents and travelers should stay alert. Meanwhile, eastern Greece, with cities like Athens and the picturesque Aegean Islands, will remain much drier. This is largely due to the rain shadow effect created by the Pindus Mountains, which block much of the moisture from reaching the east. However, even in these drier regions, occasional storms can sweep through, bringing bursts of heavy rain and strong winds that can quickly change the day's plans. In the highlands, or Solsteindeler Tradisolines, snow will blanket the mountains, creating ideal conditions for skiing and winter sports. This promises an excellent ski season, but also means travelers should be prepared for sudden weather shifts and challenging road conditions. Across the Greek islands, the weather will vary dramatically. The Ionian Islands will be especially wet and windy, with frequent storms rolling in from the west. The Cyclades, on the other hand, will be cooler and windier, with brisk breezes making the air feel even chillier. Down in Crete, expect snow-capped peaks in the interior and rain along the coastal areas, creating a striking contrast between mountain and sea. Strong winds and rough seas may disrupt ferry travel between the islands, so it's wise to keep your plans flexible and check schedules regularly. Staying updated with local weather forecasts and using weather apps will be essential for anyone planning outdoor activities or travel. Throughout the season, the weather will swing between bright, sunny spells and periods of unsettled, stormy conditions, making each region's winter experience truly unique and unpredictable. Be prepared for rapid changes. Conditions can shift in just a few hours, so checking the latest updates is always a good idea. Ultimately, Greece's winter is a complex, ever-changing story, offering a fascinating blend of climates and experiences for locals and visitors alike. Across Greece and Portugal, winter 2025 will be mild by day, but colder at night. Daytime highs in coastal areas will hover in the low to mid-teens Celsius, comfortable for outdoor activities. Persistent clouds keep days mild, but when skies clear, nights can turn chilly fast. Inland and mountainous areas may see frost or freezing temperatures at night. The day-night temperature swing will define the season. Dress in layers, a light jacket for afternoons, a warmer coat for evenings. Older buildings may feel cold and damp, so be prepared indoors too. Occasional cold snaps from the north could bring sudden drops in temperature and even snow in unusual places. Even in a mild winter, brief spells of true cold are possible. Anticipate and prepare. This winter isn't just about more rain, it's about stronger storms. Warmer sea temperatures in the Atlantic and Mediterranean can rapidly intensify low-pressure systems. Portugal faces the threat of powerful Atlantic storms with damaging winds, power outages, and coastal erosion. Residents should have a plan and heed official warnings. In Greece, medicanes or intense Mediterranean storms can bring torrential rain, flash floods, and landslides, especially in the west and on Crete. Even non-tropical storms can be destructive. The risk is too much water in too little time. Stay informed with weather alerts and take warnings seriously. Secure outdoor items, check on neighbors, and avoid travel during severe weather. This winter calls for a proactive approach to safety. The storms may be stronger than anything seen in recent years. If you're traveling to Greece or Portugal this winter, flexibility is essential. Stronger storms mean more travel disruptions. Flights, ferries, and roads may be affected. Always check with airlines or ferry companies and consider travel insurance. Be prepared for flooding, landslides, and snow in mountainous areas. Carry proper gear and check road conditions. Rainy days are perfect for museums and cozy cafes. Adapt your plans to the weather. Pack a sturdy umbrella and waterproof shoes for city walks. Build extra time into your itinerary for unexpected delays. Stay connected to local news and weather for a smooth, memorable trip. Packing for a Mediterranean winter is all about layers. Bring thin, flexible layers, a base layer, a warm mid-layer, and a waterproof, windproof shell. A high-quality waterproof jacket with a hood is essential. Waterproof shoes or boots will keep your feet dry and comfortable. Don't forget a warm hat, scarf, and gloves. They take little space but add lots of warmth. A compact umbrella is handy, but rely on your jacket's hood in high winds. Dress smartly for evenings. Locals value style, even in casual settings. Older buildings can be drafty, so keep a warm layer handy indoors. With smart packing, you'll be ready for anything from sunny strolls to stormy nights. Winter 2025 in Greece and Portugal will be wetter and more dynamic than usual. Expect frequent rain, stronger storms, and travel disruptions, especially in Portugal and western Greece. The west of Greece faces flooding and landslides. The east will be drier, while mountain snow boosts ski season but demands caution. Temperatures will be mild, but dampness and chilly nights require warm clothing. Dress in layers, wear waterproof gear, and build extra time into travel plans. Check local forecasts, and heed official warnings. Preparation is about empowerment, not fear. The Mediterranean's winter charm remains. Lush landscapes, fewer crowds, and vibrant culture. Respect the weather, and you'll enjoy a safe, memorable season. This winter, let the weather be part of your adventure. Be ready, stay safe, and make the most of it.